Okay, let's do this one again, guys. So we have two garages, the east and the west, and we said the east is bigger, right? So we're gonna call this one X and this one X plus 253. Are we okay with this? And then what will happen if we add them up together? So this X plus 253 plus the X, this is supposed to be 1231. We good? So this is 2X plus 253 equals to 1231. Take away 253 from both sides. And I will get 2X here equals to 700. I forget the number. What, 7 what? 742. Thank you. And then divide them both by 2. Divide them both by 2. So X is going to be 400.
Yeah, 978. Sorry, that's the end.
978. 978. And if you divide by 2, that should be 489.
Yeah.
So I know the X is 489. So this is going to be 489. This is 489. And this one, if you do 489 plus 253, 742, right? So this is going to be 742. And that's the capacity of both of them, right? All right, so we have 30 marbles to be divided in 3 bags. Bag number 1. So what we're going to do is, let's make it simpler here. I'm going to call bag number 1, I'm going to call it N1. Bag number 2, I'm going to call it N2. Bag 3, it's going to be called N3. We are okay with this? N1, N2, N3? So now, so what we got here, that the second bag has 3 times as many marbles as the first bag. So how can I write it down this? N2 has how many marbles? 3 times N1 or X if you want to, right? We good? The second statement, the third bag has twice as many the first bag. Again, the first bag. So this is N3 equals 2 times N1, right? So what are the numbers? How many we have in bag 1? We know it's called N1, right? How many we have in bag 2? We know it's N2, but we're gonna write 3N1, right? Instead. Let's call it X, right? You want X, make it X. There you go, X. Three X, 2X, better? Okay. So bag 1 has an X. Bag 2 has how many X's? 3X. Bag 3, how many we have? 2X. If I add them all up, I am supposed to have 30, right? And from this side, how many X's I have? 1X plus 3X plus 6X. So the X, what will be? 5. So the X is 5. What does that mean? Here, 3X, and here 2X, right? So this one is 5. This one, how many 5s? We have 3 of them, 15. And this one, how many? 10. So that's how many we get for each bag. 5, 10, and 15. Yeah, to answer to your question, guys, here, find the total number in the second bag. So the second bag is going to be 15, right? So that's what you're looking for. If it is multiple choice, it has to be 15, right? Okay, so a car rental agency renting a car for $29.95 per day. So this is the number of days. All right. Each day gonna be $29.95. We good? And it charges you as well per miles and add 19 cents per mile. So then you're gonna count the number of miles and you're gonna multiply by 0.19, right? So if this is X and this is Y, what will be the price? The price that you are looking for is $29.95 times X plus 0.19 times Y, right? Are we okay with the equation? So now you don't really need to know the equation since they told you 2 days and you are spending $200. So 2 days, which one is gonna be the 2 days? The X, right? So this one is gonna be 2. $59.90, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm getting there. Hold on to the answer, right? So now the 200, where are you gonna go the 200? For the PE, that's the price, right? For the cost. 200 here. So the only thing that are missing is this how many miles, right? So let's see, the equation will become 200 equals 29.95 times 2 plus 0.19, right? Times Y. So 29.95 times 2, that's gonna be 59.9 plus 0.19 Y. That's the equation, right? I'm about to do it right now. So minus 59.9, both sides. Yeah. So this cancels out. This is gonna be 140.1 equals to 0.19 Y. Let me copy it here. So 140.1 equals 0.19 Y. That's what I got. Divide both sides by 0.19, 0.19. And you need definitely your calculator here. 7. Okay, you round it, right? 737.3, if you round it to 737, right? So this should be your answer, correct? Are you okay, guys, with this? Okay, for number 6, I don't want to make it complicated here. So you have 1.5 pound of seedless grape costs 395. What you are supposed to do? You can cross multiply, or you can right away 3.95 divided by 1.5, right? Does that make sense? To get how many units? And that's you plug it in the calculator. What's the answer? Anybody did it? 263. All right, 263, this would be the price per unit. If you want to do it with the proportions, if you want to do the proportion, you can do 2 signs, $1 sign, 1 pound. All right. So basically for 1 pound here, I don't know the price, that's X. For 1.5 pound, what the price? 395, right? So what you can do, the proportion is divide them any way you want it. So this is cross multiply basically. You see X divided by 3.95 equals to 1 divided by 1.5. And you solve for the X, basically. 2.63, yes. So if you want to find the X, you're going to get 1 divided by 1.5 times 395 after cross multiplication, of course. You got it? Okay, so this is a proportion question. So proportion question usually look for the units. What are the units? Very good. The hours and the number of patients. All right. So what are the two numbers are linked together? These two linked together, right? 12 and 3. So 3 goes here. 12 goes here, right? Now what else? We are looking for 72 patients. Where's 72 gonna go? And there's over here, right? And you're gonna be linked to the X, correct? So what I do after that, I just do divisions, basically. X divided by 3 equals sign 72 divided by 12. All right? And honestly, what I do as well is, do you see the 3 on the bottom? If I move it to the other side, where are you gonna go? You're gonna go on the top. Division become multiplication, correct? So the final answer, or you cross multiply and solve, guys, if you want. X is gonna be 72 divided by 12 times 3, plug it into the calculator, of course. And what you got? I think is 72 divided by 12, that's gonna be 6 times 18. Okay, number 8. There are 13 people in a committee. So, I mean, I don't really need to do anything, but I can do the Venn diagram and here the woman, for example. So I don't need to do that. But anyway, there are 8 women, 8 in here. So how many men? Or how many outside? 13, that means 5 outside here, right? So basically, this is the men and those are the women. And then what the proportion of the ratio of number of women to men? So women divided by the number of men, that's going to be 8/5. Okay, number 9. This is simply cross multiplication, right? So what you're gonna do is, yeah, you do the parentheses first. So 3 divided by x minus 1, put parentheses in here. And 7 divided by x plus 2, put a parentheses here. So now you can cross multiply, right? So if you cross multiply, this is going to be 3 times x plus 2 equals to 7 times x minus 1. Make a distribution, 3x plus 6 equals 7x minus 7. And then, I mean, you can take the 3x, move it to this side, and the minus 7, move it to this side. So this is going to be 7x, I didn't move it. The 6, I didn't move it. 3x became minus 3x. And here you're going to be a 7. Are we okay with this? Yeah. So let me do it a different way, right? So probably. All right, let me do it this way. 3x plus 6 equals to 7x minus 1. I can take away the 3x, take away the 3x. 7 minus 7. Thank you. And I can add the 7 here and add the 7 here, right? So if you do this, this cancels out from here. This is going to give you 13. And this together, you're going to give you 4x. And the 7 cancels out. So the x divided by 4 divided by 4, you're going to be 13/4. Just leave it 13/4. It's fine. Okay, so again, this is a proportion question. So what we got here, we need to figure out the unit. So what are the units? Ounces and how many applications, right? Okay, so you're gonna put the ounces here and number of applications in here, right? So the first two, they are 4, goes with 5 applications. So you can do 5 here and 4 in here, and you link them together, correct? And then you have 13 ounces. So 13 under the ounces, you link it to a variable x, correct? So what you're gonna do, we're gonna do proportion right now. You gotta get the number correct. So this is 13/4 equals to x over 5. Everybody okay with this? And then what you're gonna do is either cross multiply and divide, or you move the 5 next to the x. You move it from division, it became multiplication. So if I do that, this x will be equals to 5 times 13/4. And what's the answer you got? 16 point? That's the answer, yeah, 1625. If you plug in the calculator, you get 16.25. So how many applications, if you round it to the whole number, you're gonna be 16. Are we okay?